A single torn scrap of poetry found in a pocket on a beach said only 2 words, Tamám Shud. It meant it is finished, but that paper would not finish the questions, it started them. A well-dressed man lies on Somerton Beach, December 1st, 1948. 2 trainee jockeys find him slumped by a seawall, not a drifter, but a man in a dark tailored suit, polished shoes, no wallet, no name. Inside a hidden seam, a tiny scrap is found, Tamám Shud. A suitcase later links to the scene, a train ticket, an American gum wrapper, a comb, labels removed, ordinary items that together form a puzzle. Weeks later, a local man hands police a copy of the Rubáiyát of Omar Khayyam with its final page torn out. Inside the back, a faint phone number and a cramped line of letters, a code, appear. Theories multiply, a Cold War spy, a poetic suicide, a jilted lover. Forensic oddities complicate everything. Labels removed suggest intent. Some organ findings later pointed to poisoning, and reviewers suspected digitalis, but 1948 toxicology was limited and samples degraded. A single small thread matches the coat to the suitcase, a physical tie that answers one question and raises 2 more. Then, in 2022, genealogical DNA work and archival digging produced a claim. The anonymous man may be Charles Webb. Identification gives a face and family photos, and many hoped the story would end. Instead, the name reframes the mystery. If he is that man, why were the clothes not his? Who removed labels? Who wrote the marginal code? And why was a torn page of the Rubáiyát placed in a pocket? Rereading the code with this new lens suggests private shorthand or a personal cipher. Plausible decodings leave gaps and no direct motive. Consider the darker possibility. The scene was staged. Someone could have removed labels, tucked the scrap, and left misleading signals. Modern steps, exhumation, hair sampling, DNA triangulation, pushed the investigation forward and provided the identification lead, but modern forensics cannot always reconstruct a 1948 chemistry definitively, and toxicology limits remain. The simplest evidence-first narrative that survives scrutiny, a well-traveled man, alone that morning, carrying items from multiple places, a cause of death that appears consistent with a medical agent that leaves ambiguous traces, a torn book page that may be a farewell, a clue, or a red herring. One final detail unsettles everything. The phone number in the book linked to an unlisted contact, a thin thread, tantalizing but incomplete. Names make stories human, but names do not always give answers. We can name him, place photos in albums, even match DNA to descendants, and still be left asking, how did he die, and why was the scene arranged as it was? The mystery persists. If you want the sources and a scene-by-scene timeline for editing, comment timeline and tell me which clue you think is the single most damning.